Hi folks, I'm meteorologist Tom Kavicka again with another update here for your weather this evening. We're going to check on some of the possibilities of severe weather. Is it still gelling? What's going on with that? As well as I wrote out a fresh 7-day forecast for us extending through next week. Right now, tower cam, AEX, we're 87 over a dew point of 77. That's pretty muggy, folks. You probably noticed that humidity for today, a 77 dew point. Remember, that's a direct measure of the air moisture in the air. That is high, even for central Louisiana. And we'll see some clouds. Likewise, over in LaSalle Parish, where it's 84 degrees in Jena, we have again, a little bit reduced visibility there with a little haze going on across that particular area. As far as the bottom line is concerned, severe weather is possible for us the next evening. So that would be for this evening. As far as the pattern is concerned for Mother's Day, I'm afraid that we're going to have, it looks like a pattern where we see probably a little bit of rain. Tried my best to keep Mom out of the rain, but it will be kind of hard to do so now. The weather's just not cooperating. So we'll look for that in the 7-day forecast, and a wet start to next week also going to be happening for us at that particular time. And going into this forecast here, looks like wet start for Mom. Okay, and now let's go into the, well, there we go. We got that. Radar was a little slow coming up. We've already seen one little batch of convection move through. Let me put this on an hour. We can see it move through fairly quickly. There was the last vestiges of it right there. Looks like maybe a little bit of new stuff happening up across portions of northern Red River Parish. We're looking off to the west in Texas. We're seeing some supercell thunderstorms here. A lot of lightning with those, a lot of hail, damaging wind possibilities. And you can see that right now the system's not well organized. But what's going to happen is we'll see another batch of thunderstorms. Other thunderstorms will develop with this, and eventually what happens is, this is their nature, these systems will congeal into an organized system and will continue to head in our direction. So I think we're definitely on tap for the severe weather threat that we were talking about. It's all happening on the western end of this front. Now with the stronger dynamics closer to the low, this is a cold front actually moving. You can see how the storm complex is taking shape along this kind of stalled boundary here off to the west of us, but eventually even this will kind of pick up and move through the area for Friday. But between now and then, this is serving as a focus for the rain and storms there across the area. So a storm potential here for today. We got some fast upper level flow providing some deep layer speeds here. That organizes the updraft into supercell type structures. We got plenty of moisture, as you can feel out there. We've got the stationary front off to the west and to the north of us. And so, yeah, those are ingredients here that are pretty consistent with severe weather. It's May, one of our main severe weather months. So let's get into some of the details. It hasn't changed much. This is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, still showing that enhanced risk of severe weather. They actually dropped it a little bit south, covering more of central Louisiana, as I indicated that some of those times that may happen. So what to expect, here's your timeline. That's still the same as I gave in my earlier update around noon, 7 p.m. Thursday until 2 a.m. Friday. That storm complex taking shape in Texas right now that I just showed you. It has eyes for Louisiana, so it's going to develop and head this way. Threat level is 2 out of 5 across the far southern portion of Cenla. Most of Cenla now has that 3 out of 5 risk, and all modes are possible. These are the three main modes of severe local storms. Wind 15 to 30%, and that'd be winds of 60 miles per hour or higher. And then hail, quarter size or larger, there's a 15% chance of that. And tornadoes, risk of 2 to 5%. And these risk percentages, that's a result of extensive research done to correlate the pattern with how much severe weather it actually produces. And those percentages are within 25 miles of any point in Cenla, like your house or your work or your school. There is potential, at least as far as wind is concerned, for what we call significant or enhanced events So we would not be surprised to see there to be the possibility of some corridors of 75-mile-per-hour wind here in central Louisiana, and that's why we have the level 3 threat. There's also some rainfall pattern associated with this. So through tonight, I think the pattern outlines this way. This is the same thing I had at noon, so it looks accurate for now. The highest percentage, indicating the highest percent for severe weather as well as thunderstorms and rain, will be across the northern areas, dipping down maybe into Rapides, maybe a little bit into Avoyelles Parish, and then especially across these northern areas toward Manning, Natchez, Winfield, Jena, Jonesville, Natchez, Mississippi, Faraday, and Vidalia. The farther south and west you head, looks like a lower chance in the DeRidder, Oakdale, Opelousas area there. So that's kind of where we have it figured. Most areas will get rain these justified by these percentages, but it'd be an inch or less. However, 2 to 3 inches will be possible in some locations to get maybe repeated storms or a very heavy thunderstorm that could dump about 1 to 3 inches of rain in an hour or less, and that could lead to little flash flooding issues in some locations that have the worst drainage issues. So 7-day forecast, and we're looking forward to a couple of good days coming up there for us for Friday and Saturday after this evening's rain and thunderstorms. And then unfortunately, yeah, Mom, I did have to lift the rain chance again, 62 and 78 for Mother's Day. And by Sunday night, I think the rain chances will be likely, and then that will kind of ease on over into Monday with at least an 80% chance of rain and thunderstorms mixing in. And I think there's going to be heavy rainfall potential Monday as well. I'd say 1 to 3 inches might even be common that day. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, still some chances, but lower. Nothing really well defined to kind of kick off a widespread rainfall event, but we'll notice an uptick in the rain by Thursday as rain and thunderstorms come back into the forecast there. That is a 7-day summary, and of course, warnings. I'll be with you later this evening in case that happens. We are expecting some warnings, and I'll see you again for tomorrow when hopefully things will be